Wala na. Sige. Pabiri na, mama? Okay, so when they say po manungang mapon, it means magandang hapon or good afternoon on their dialect. Okay, so those people, they are full-blooded natives that belongs to Palawan tribe. So Palawan tribe, they are one of the indigenous group of people that been living in the southern part of this island for many thousands of years. So if you're familiar with the Tabon man or the caveman, the first people who live in the Tabon cave before, they are one of the possible descendants. So they just only go here to the lowland to sell their finished products, something like those on that booth on this part only. So some of them stay here for 2 days, some stay for a couple of weeks or months. Then after that, they go back again to the mountain. And then another set of family will go down here. So they just take turn, they just come and go, palitan lang po sila. So part of their selling, they also share some part of their culture and then their daily life. But by the way, it's not a show. So they are the Palawan and then their dialect is also called as Palawan. So some of them, they can understand a bit of Tagalog, but some of them, they always prefer to respond on their own dialect. Pabilig na. Let's try to hold that one, sir. Okay, so he's showing you po the very important traditional product on their tribe. So dagta po yan, it's a sap or a resin from a huge tree. So we call that almasiga tree that grows from higher elevation. So at first, it was a sticky liquid. Then after a couple of weeks or months, it turns into solid like that. So that's the time that we will going to harvest that and sell it to the lowland. And nowadays, that bagtik is the main ingredients or the raw material on making things, varnish, fiberglass, or even our nail polish. And it is also flammable. Pwede pong pamaringan. Okay, so this one, this is their native backpack. So they call this as bakin. This is the place where they put their products or their things up in the mountain, something like the resin or the bagtik. So once they're already inside, they'll just simply tie it up so it won't fall. It is durable, it's made of rattan. Okay, so he said when it's too heavy, they'll do the head support besides from the shoulder strap to carry more weights. And they do like this. So they can carry more or less 30 to 50 kilos of bagtik up and down to the mountain. So it depends also upon the build of their body. And now their musical instruments. Okay, so those musical instruments are a few hundred years old, handed down by their ancestors. The two bigger ones, they call that as agong or gong, and the smaller one, they call that as sanang. So they don't need that because we don't have a metals before. So it's only a proof that way back 1,000 years ago, since time immemorial, their ancestors have a trading relationship or barter between the Southeast Asian country. That's why they have metal craft. So they use that during rituals, prayers, harvest time, and any important events on this tribe. So this one, this is their native drum. So sila lang po yung gumawa. They carve it from a wood and on top it's an animal skin. So it's a cow skin on top. They call this as gimbal. Pabiri na ko sa atin. Okay, so before the arrival of the modern guitar or those 6-string guitar, the Palawan tribe, they already had the 2-string guitar, considered as the first guitar in the Philippines. So they call this as kudlungan, also known as kudjapi. Together with the 6-string bamboo, they call that as pagang. Okay, so the first music that they will going to play for us is for bird song. They call that as bagit. So if you want to take video po, you can take video. Okay, so this one, it looks like a very simple musical instrument. So it's made with a palm, kapirasong bat-bat lang siya. And on top, it's beeswax, the adjuster of the sound. So by the use of vibration, they can produce an amazing sound from this. They call this as arobin. Okay, so most of their music po are more on nature, to make the fruit dances or to make funny stories about the birds. And here, they don't dance to entertain tourists or visitor because tribal dances are ritual which is sacred. So they only do dance when there's good harvest or when there's ceremony on their tribe. So Palawan tribe po, they are hunter-gatherers, so they only plant seasonally. So they only plant during the start of the rainy season, something like this. And the rest of the year, they are more on hunting and then they gather wild crop. And now they're hunting too. Describe you all that one, ma'am. Okay, so that one po, it looks like a very simple common spear, but according to them, it's almost 100 years old spear. They call that as ligid. So they also pass that generation to generation. So yung handle na lang po yung pinapalitan. And this one is their special hunting tools. They call this surayang. So it looks like a harpoon, but this is not for fishing. So once they have a target, they'll just going to throw this from a distance. And once it hits the target, it will going to pierce through and get stuck because of the hook. And when the target runs, these two will going to separate. And this stick will going to serve as an anchor, ankla. So when the stick hang on the bushes or at the roots, that's the time that they will going to easily follow up with the ligid or even machete or bolo. So smart way of doing it. Okay, and on their tribe, they don't use the bow and arrow. So they only have the supukan or sumpit for those long-range targets. So it's a 2-barrel bamboo, dalawang buho po yan to make it much more stronger. And on front, it's beeswax for the front side. Okay, so let's watch them and I will going to be the volunteer for the target. Tarot lang po. So that word banana will going to be their target. Okay, so it's powerful and accurate and they can hit much further from that. It depends on how strong they blow. And on every tip of that dart, they also put deadly poison for those bigger animals that they hunt. But the poison, it came from plants. So they brought the sample, the main ingredient of their poisonous plant. So this one, they call this as beta. Pero may process pa po siya. So they need to collect the sap, they extract it and combine it with the other sap of plant and cook it with slow fire to make it much more poisonous and deadly. And on that frame, those are the example of their poisonous darts. So yun po yung tunay na may lasa. So once it hits the target, in just a matter of a minute, the target will die. But they just simply wash it with water, they can safely eat the meat. So that's the wonder of nature. But when it hits a human something like us, or them, pag nasugatan po sila, in just a matter of a minute, say goodbye. There's no antidote for that one. Okay, and now po they will going to show us on how to make fire with the use of a piece of metal and a flintstone. So they also have their own cotton from the bark of their dart. So even though we have the lighters and matches, they still prefer to use that one for those who live in the interior forest like them. But those who live along the community, of course, they also use now lighters and matches. Okay, so in just a matter of one strike, we can see now the smoke coming out from the cotton of their dart. All they need now is some dry leaves or dry grass to make much more bigger fire. So that's the fastest way on how to make fire for them. Okay, so regarding po with the population of the Palawan tribe, there are still thousands of them. So they are scattered in the southern part of Palawan. And nowadays, some member of the tribe, they also go to school. Marami na rin pong nag-aaral. And this one, this is their torch or their light up in the mountain. So it's made with a pure sap, purong dagta po siya, that they wrap it with leaves. So 1 foot of this can last 3 to 4 days. It depends on how they use it. And part of it, the smoke of this is also good for treating illness like stomach ache or headache. And also to drive away bad spirit and bad luck. So it's a family of pilinat. We call it here as salam. Okay, so that's it po. They are the tribe Palawan. They are the indigenous group of people that live in the southern part of Palawan. Okay, so if you want to take picture with them, they have a pen.